Scusate, io non parlo italiano, questo è tutto lo che io può dire. Buongiorno, sono molto contenta di essere qui. Per Andrea, per Trento, per Italia, back in 2000, la Italia back 2000, per las caras, the faces that I see. It's a great honor to be here presenting what I'm going to be presenting, and after so interesting introductions to the whole core of our business, right? And I think that it makes sense what I'm going to give to you. I think it's going to be, based on the crowd, interesting for all of you. Más cerca, excuse me. I think it's going to be hopefully inspiring to many of you, regardless of ages and regardless of business and where you are at the business. Everything that has been said, I agree on so many things. And I agree so much on this that I'm going to be sharing here. So I'm going to be talking about One Team, EuroLeague basketball community flagship. And we can say flagship already because we just celebrated the 10th anniversary of One Team. It has really become part of the brand of EuroLeague basketball. But in order to introduce you, I want to go kind of back to 2000, 10 people that started EuroLeague. And there was a common goal, a common approach. There was a vision, mission, and a purpose on everything that we were doing. We were convinced that we wanted to have a legacy in every community, every market we were going to be operating. That was clear from the beginning, and it was the purpose. So from the beginning, EuroLeague basketball has considered a purpose-driven company. We wanted to create a legacy, an important legacy, and we wanted to accompany the clubs to do so. We are a league, right? We work for the clubs, and actually we can say that. We are the one league that works directly for the clubs. So all this that I'm going to be sharing here is conveyed through the clubs, and it's always a mandate from the clubs, right? So, and we were going to be doing that through alliances, but not only with the clubs, again, and their representatives, but the whole basketball, sports, business, entertainment, family. And of course, that includes not only the players, as I said, brands, everything that has been named here, media, very important, how we communicate, and our purchases, right? Our consumers, the fan, everybody that is out there. So let's start with this, because since the inception of EuroLeague in 2000, this is what we have been after. But now we have evolved that. We are clear that we do things, that we do sustainability, that we do CSR programs, because it is our purpose, it is in our brand, it is in our ID. But yes, it is a business. We are a business. And we're totally clear that everything that we do in that direction, that is that channel, that tunnel, that bridge towards our community, brings value. And brings value not only for our brand, but specifically for the brands of our clubs. So yes, there is a business interest behind. But third, yes, there's a reputational approach to here, and also a compliance approach that we need to take into account that is coming stronger and stronger since 2015 Paris agenda, right? So having that in mind, I'm going to show you what we've done with One Team and where is One Team taking us to the future.
Scusate, credo sia chiarissimo, però se qualcuno ha bisogno di qualche passaggio di aiuto su qualche traduzione, ditelo senza problemi, ma credo che Abi sia assolutamente chiara. Magari non tutti hanno dimestichezza con questo livello di inglese, chiedete, nessun problema nel caso.
Grazie. So, One Team was created in 2012. Okay. Before that, we were doing, EuroLeague basketball was doing a lot of initiatives in terms of CSR, social initiatives, traditional ones maybe, charity, visits to hospitals, what every sports entity has been done. Why? Because we are the good type of brand, right? We have the good within us, and we have the responsibility towards our community, so we do all those things. But there wasn't really a plan. In 2007, there was one plan for 4 years that we carry out a 4-year program, but not until 2012. We made like a diagnosis with our clubs. and identified that we needed a platform that helped us communicate towards our communities. And when we say help us, mean all the clubs. To do so, we created, it was a volunteering CSR program, corporate social responsibility program, very simple, using the power of basketball to integrate communities. You can find it anywhere, right? Yes, that's how we started. There was 8 clubs that started the program, but then there was another, that was okay, 2012, first date. Second date, 2015, it was mentioned already, right? United Nations 2030 Agenda from Paris with a set of 17 Sustainable Development Goals. Whoa, a whole new narrative for the whole world, not only for people, governments, but specifically for business, a unifying type of narrative. So we decided to take the One Team and everything else we were doing on CSR, but specifically the One Team that was creating more and more value. Back then, 2015, we had like 20 to 25 clubs, again, a voluntary type of CSR program. Then 2017 came, and after open discussion with the clubs, we propose, why don't we have EuroLeague clubs and EuroCup clubs, all of them delivering One Team at once, every season, season after season, continuous value for their communities. It will give us, regardless that they promote or relegate, they always have that value, right? So we became, we're all One Team. That means that since 2017, we have all clubs, nowadays 38 clubs, EuroCup and EuroLeague, delivering. Achille among them, right? Where do I have to? Tuck. Okay, sorry. I was doing a green one, but not that one. So what did we do? Very important. We created a simple, again, program that allows us to have a lot of flexibility, a unique methodology. Nowadays, still the only major league in the States here that we know that uses one methodology for all 38 clubs, or we were once 42, right? Regardless, no matter what number of clubs, all using the same methodology to deliver in their communities. It allowed the clubs, regardless of their structure, small or bigger, to either upgrade whatever they were doing and convert it into One Team to have a bigger allowance type of approach and a bigger impact, or create a brand new program from zero. Why? Because it was simple, it was doable, you could use your own structure, and it was a ready-made social concept that allowed you just to progress with the resources that you had. What it brought to the business, it brought a joint objective, a joint focus. It was very easy to convey the messages when we had all 38 clubs. Before, it was still difficult. Yes, we had the narrative of the SDGs. We were clear that One Team was about number 10, right, reducing inequalities. But it was still complex to talk to the partners, even to talk to the fans. When we asked, because we did all this service to understand what was the situation, fans didn't really respond to our questions on One Team. It was when, in 2017, we put all clubs together, regardless of anything else, EuroLeague and EuroCup clubs together for one purpose, that we start getting results. Partners start asking about, what is this One Team thing that you have in all your markets? And we were able to just deliver to every given question on One Team. Again, wrong button. Alliances. Another key word, right? From the beginning, 2012, funding patron has been Turkish Airlines, and in the regular extensions of agreements, they have maintained and increased their support to One Team. Very important. Since 2012, we have Special Olympics collaboration, and we continue with it, and we grow that collaboration. Total 71 clubs, boom, these are numbers, right? Speak about alliances. Again, only major league that has been able to really deliver through a unique methodology this impact in all the clubs, in all the countries, with the growth of ambassadors. That means this number is basically just active players, but we have the former players program as well that fully support the community. So just to give you some numbers, but maybe it's better, as always, a short video. Tuck. Thank you. always finish, we are all one team, with a deep voice from one of our staff in the building. I just want to go fast because I want to tell you some things that, and I'm trying to change things around what you guys said. And I go to the first intervention that spoke about, yes, the ESG. That's what we have embedded since 2015. So indicators that allow us to really make that impact is that when we say that to the clubs that they have delivered from September to May, at first it was like, whoa. But it happens that the clubs that in the criteria they had to deliver only for 2 months ended up delivering through the whole season. So we have clubs that have included the whole delivery of one team within the whole season. It's true that we have specific milestones like the One Team annual workshop that I'll revise later. That is key point to train not only our clubs, One Team managers and coaches, but very specifically for our brands to know what we have been doing, so they keep on getting involved and supporting. And also the One Team games is the open public moment that this season, we have had to postpone due to the earthquakes, but it's going to be taking place mid of March, where absolutely the whole EuroLeague family becomes One Team family, and of course during the finals, Euro Cup and EuroLeague Final Four. So what it means is that we are transversally throughout the whole year. It is very important for the success of the program and for the identification from all of groups of interest that this is part of the brand. One Team annual workshop, super important, again, not only because the training, at the end, this is a social program. It's, regardless that we're talking about the business, what's important is that what you're doing, your product is good. So this is where we make sure that the product is good. We try to train with expertise. Experts already from our own One Team managers and One Team coaches that have upgraded their level. But we bring in international experience, and we bring the brands also to hear from them. So it's already a group of alliances. We have, of course, the ambassadors also here. So we try to put all the pieces of our community together to grow at the beginning of the season. This happens always in September to get ready for the tip-off. And I'm going to show you a video as well, because I think that these places require of videos and examples, and moreover, this content. You need to feel it, you need to see it. You need to jump on the court to really feel it, but this is good enough. We are so happy that we're back together after 2 years of so many difficulties. It's just great to see everybody here, all the clubs, 38 clubs from EuroLeague, Euro Cup. It is a great day to be back all together.
While our partnership is growing, One Team project is also becoming wider and more powerful every single year.
We laugh together, we cry together, we help each other. For me, was this opportunity that I'm not alone.
What you're doing is so important because you're going to be the focus, you're going to be the spark of bringing these tools, this platform, to your organization, which should impact your community. As you think about the significance of that, I enjoy doing this more than any championship I've ever won.
We are all one team.
I'll just leave it once. Have you seen David Rivers? I enjoy this much more than any championship. So this is what happens when you jump onto the court, whether if you've been an NBA player, whatever. You jump onto the court and you know how relevant is the work that is done through all the clubs. So very important, again, the product. We make sure that besides the training that we do at the beginning of the year, that in this case we had Turkish Airlines, we had Adidas, we had BKT, all brands of ours, but we also had Special Olympics, we also had Breaking Barriers, which is the social program for gender equality of Adidas. We had United Nations Humanitarian to brief us and teach us a little bit how to deal with the whole refugee situation that absolutely all Europe is facing, right? So the One Team staff family needs to be ready to cope with that situation Moreover, with the climate, natural disaster emergencies that we're facing, there's going to be more immigration. It's a situation that we're dealing with, and the One Team is tackling already in supporting the clubs to do so. So what we do throughout the season is we have a full team services delivered to the clubs. So on a daily basis, we're hand by hand with the clubs to make sure that the program that they deliver is correct. What does that mean? There's a criteria, obviously, to deliver the program. There's a needs of assessment that all the clubs have to follow in order to select the best social entity that they consider. And up to that, they have to deliver a certain time of sessions that takes you to 2 months or the whole year. We have Alba Berlin that runs yearly programs, and we have others that run 2 months, 4 months. In any case, it is a crescendo situation. Once you start doing One Team and you get in touch with one of the entities and you involve your young trainers, you involve your volunteers. I was talking to Massimo Comas, One Team manager of the club of Trento. Of course, once you jump on the court and you put all the family in place, it is difficult to get out of there. Actually, you want to continue because you understand the real impact that it has. Further from the business that I'll speak a little bit more here. But it's important that first, what you're going to be selling, if we're going to talk about that type of terminology, it is good. It is real. And with this type of content, it is precise because at the end, it's about reputation, okay? So moving forward, the voices. We have been able to involve, I think it was 308 ambassadors, but the important thing is that at the beginning, we had to train them. Within the workshop, we also did a train to the players. It was kind of difficult to get them on board, right? Why? Because we didn't have the element. We didn't have the kids. We didn't have the youngsters in vulnerable situations out there. Once you put the players, former players, in the situation, in the real situation, you take them to where those vulnerable kids or youngsters are facing their daily lives, and you prepare a session there, the whole thing changed. Once we realized that we couldn't just train them like this. If I tell you, look, this is the way that you should communicate, that you should be part of the program. That's nothing. It doesn't work with the players, and it doesn't work really absolutely with anyone. So the minute we changed that, we reversed that, and we brought the kids inside the sessions, we had them all on board. We have many, Papa Nicolau just won the award because we put in place awards for the best programs, for the best ambassador, and they're all for it. You know, it is still a competition. So even with this, but yeah, they're super proud. Papa Nicolau has been supporting One Team for, I think that is 3 to 5 years. We have Heinz that has been global ambassador. Actually, we named him thinking that he's going to be a good one, but he's the best, delivering support to One Team since 2012. And in every team he's kept on supporting One Team. We have lots of examples of, former players and current players that want to, as soon as they change to another team, they're ready to pass the word and be the ones leading the One Team ambassadors, sorry. And on that regard, I'm going to show you another video. It's the last one, and I'll tell you a little bit about the alliances that we created for that video. It is the video for the last year's One Team Games celebration. We were able to create lots of alliances. Influencers, apps, former players, current players, some brands, all together. It was kind of like a mix, but we think it worked very well. Again, digital world, because it was still pandemic, and here's the result.
You're invited to celebrate the One Team Games by participating in the One Team Walking Challenge. Select your team and help us achieve 10,000 steps over 4 days as one team.
Hi guys.
The time is now.
Join us in the One Team Walking Challenge
to support the One Team program.
So that was, I'm going to go back. Well, it's okay. As I mentioned, we had an influencer. That girl that comes out there is a Spanish influencer on basketball that comes out. Then we had current players, former players. We had the Walk 15 app, speaking about planet, is speaking about healthy habits. right? We start incorporating not only the people narrative on social, but the planet narrative. That is an ongoing trend that we have begun since 2015, specifically since 2017 to 19, right? We have incorporated planet, planet, planet. Why we do it through One Team? Because it is the channel that we have fully developed in a successful way with our clubs. And it is the One Team managers and the One Team coaches, the first recipients of that information, because they have the capacity within community to start including some of these planet concepts. So to close up, I wanted to win. Benefits of One Team, obviously the power to go beyond the court, but that's what we say all about sport, no? But it is what this program has achieved. Again, I remember, same program, same methodology used by 38 entities in Europe, 18 countries, nowadays 15 countries that were having an impact through the same methodology. No other major league, no other entity is doing so. It is not complex. What is complex is that it happens. The essence is not complex, it's sport for development. One would say it's easy to do, but the complexity is the continuity and the legacy that the clubs themselves are creating in their own communities. This means that we've been able to, yes, to deliver positive social change, but just because we have a full team delivering team services on a daily basis, we do training and we do measurement and evaluation. We have a data, the metrics that we can collect, and we also talk every year with the NGOs that have been activated. We receive the feedback from the clubs to understand how many lives have been changed, how have them been changed, right? It inspires fans and communities. We have Nielsen, Deloitte, all those reports that, you know, in terms of business, you like to go through. Well, they all say, yes, I know about One Team. 93% say, I know about One Team. Keep on doing One Team. And they start saying, when we ask them, and how about planet? And how about, yes, I would like EuroLeague basketball to be active on climate. They say generic. We're working on that, but that's what our fan base is telling us, so we keep on delivering. Engages community partners at all levels, and engages, of course, alliances, opportunities. We have created a lot of new content with partners that have come to us to say, show me that One Team. In what markets are you? What can we do, right? To me, the most important thing, it unites. EuroLeague, EuroCup, on this one, they're all united, they're all delivering through the same platform, and they're all capable to make change with no other complication than just do the proper thing, deliver a sound program, make sure that there's a positive impact first, and then you will see how it grows your brand, whether the club entity brand, along with the other brands that they get associated with it. And I'll put you just, 0. Example. I win 0 is the last slide. Last year, we initiated a legacy program with One Team and BKT, one of our partners, that it is all about refurbishing courts where One Team is already operating. I was talking to Maximo that we're taking the refurbished where the kids are, where the youngsters need it. So last year we were in Istanbul, and this is 2 courts that were refurbished in a high school where many of the participants of One Team Fenerbahce go. There's inclusion as well. There's participants that are high school kids from a vulnerable type of neighborhood, but also they have inclusion. They have some Down syndrome students that go to that school. So that's the place where they were going. We said, let's go refurbish that place. That is where they spend the days. And then we created some pills on people and planet. So all the refurbishing was done with some eco-friendly initiatives. And the same we did with BKT during the Final Four. Actually, BKT has been donating bicycles for absolutely all One Team's programs for 2 years in a row. And that was their initiative. They wanted to do this for One Team. And I bet that the teams, right, Massimo, are very happy about this, but we didn't ask for it. Now is the brands that come to us and are asking us to make changes, to revisit what we're doing with One Team and adjust it to what they need for their business and obviously for our business. But the most important thing is that clubs are just leaving a real social footprint in their communities. So I'll leave it there. Thank you. Scusate per l'inglese, scusate.